Noticed how there's a lot of different mandates and different restrictions at the state levels. They're all starting to fall by the wayside. Even some federal ones, even if it's thanks to some of the court decisions that are being made, they're all just falling by the wayside. But what's not being repealed in all of this? You know, states of emergency and all the emergency powers. Okay, not one that I can think of. There's not a single state that's out there that's ever giving up the reins to the additional power that they've seized over the past 2 years. And before he decides to take off to go meddle in foreign affairs, Biden extends the U.S. national emergency over COVID-19. Why? Because it's so dangerous, and all the caseloads in every fucking state have gone through the floor at this point. Hospitalizations as well, taking a dive, deaths, and similarly doing the same dance. But okay, I'd love to see justification on this, but he doesn't need it. He can just do whatever he wants. Biden said the U.S. national emergency that was declared in early 2020 due to the coup will be extended beyond March 1st, citing what he called a risk to the public health and safety. How so? Letter released on the White House website, Biden told House Speaker Pelosi that there remains a need to continue this national emergency. Oh, there remains a need for it. Therefore, more power is needed from the president, who's doing what exactly? Oh, okay. The pandemic continues to cause significant risks to the public and the safety of the nation. More than 900,000 people in this nation have perished from the disease. Well, if you want to parse out the information and the details from that. Anyways, and it's essential to continue to combat and respond to the coup with the full capacity and capability of the federal government. Yeah, fuck off, pal. He's making decisions based on these fucking brainlet advisors that he has. People like Jake Sullivan, who says that Russia could invade Ukraine in the coming hours or days. I think I've heard this one last week, the week before that, and then the week before that as well. Russia's coming, and boy is he pissed. Cool. Can you point to anywhere on the map where he's going? No? Okay, cool. You can just mischaracterize any of the statements that's out there. That's great. On Monday, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan warned that Russia could invade Ukraine in the coming days or hours, Sullivan told NBC's Today. Oh, of course, he was on the Today Show. How awesome. Remember when that just used to be something that soccer moms would tune into first thing in the morning to get their kids off to school? Yeah, now it's just, I don't know, another one of these fucking Democrat roundtable circle jerks. Terrific. They said that the Biden administration believes Russia is planning will be extremely violent, and Biden's convinced himself that, something's going to happen. Russia's definitely going to do this. He's worked himself into a shoot, brother. He emphasized that the administration will be prepared to respond to either an invasion or for diplomacy. Again, none of this shit makes sense because none of the moves and none of the actions have made sense. Feels like there's three players in this one. There's the United States, who want something to happen. There's Russia, who's not doing anything. And then there's Ukraine being like, can somebody fill us into what the fuck is going on? We're pretty important in this, but nobody's telling us what to do or what the fuck is happening. We believe that any military operation of this size, scope, and magnitude of what we believe the Russians are planning will be extremely violent. What's your intel on this? We believe it. Oh, okay. Sullivan outlined it will cost the lives of Ukrainians and Russian civilians and military personnel alike. So, okay, cool. If all of this shit was going to happen, what does this have to do with the United States exactly? Can you say anything on that? No? Okay, if Ukrainians and Russians, that's terrible. Okay, they're going to fight, and okay, the bullets are going to fly, bombs are going to drop on that, and that's terrible. What does that have to do with the United States? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're just trying to resurrect the military-industrial complex. You're just trying to make more money off of pain and suffering because that obfuscates from the failures at home. You know it, and I know it. But we also have intelligence to suggest that there will be an even greater form of brutality because this will not simply be a conventional war between two armies. There you go. Once again, there's going to be a war. There's going to be conflict, and we won't be able to point to it or anything like that, but it's definitely going to happen. He continued, it will be a war waged by Russia on the Ukrainian people to repress them, to crush them, to harm them. And that is what we laid out in detail for the United Nations because we believe the world must mobilize to counter this kind of Russian aggression. Should those tanks roll across the border as we anticipate they very well may do in the coming hours or days. How many fucking disclaimers in your little ramble were there? That might happen. Oh, we're going to meet him with force if maybe, possibly, perhaps, kind of, if Putin thinks that he might, maybe, should. Please do something, okay? He's fucking deviants, man. Don't, try to fix the emergency, which you say that you need more power for, you need more time for. You need indeterminate amount of time to address this national emergency because things are happening on domestic ground, sorry. Instead, you're going to take a little dalliance out there because Joe Biden cancels trip home, which probably really hurt him, okay? Or maybe he was just anticipating on staying longer in Delaware. And he agrees to meet again with Putin if he does not invade Ukraine. No, I will not go home. I'll instead meet with you, Putin, on video while I'm at home. Anyways, all of this is contingent on him not invading Ukraine, which doesn't seem to actually be in his plans. But again, you keep thinking about it, fucking jabroni Mark. President canceled last-minute plans on Sunday to return home to Delaware as negotiations with Russian leader Vladimir Putin continue. At around 2:30 p.m. Sunday afternoon, the White House announced that Biden would leave in the evening to return to his home in Delaware for President's Day, even though officials said Friday the president would remain in the White House for the weekend. Yeah, funny thing about that. Biden appeared anxious to return home, but roughly an hour later, his plans were canceled. Aw, shucks. As White House officials told reporters, a family-related issue prompted the brief schedule change, but the president would remain in Washington, D.C. as originally planned. Yeah, the White House announced later Saturday evening that Biden had agreed to meet with Putin as long as he does not invade Ukraine. No, but he's gonna do it soon. That's why I don't want to talk to him. President Biden accepted in principle, a meeting with President Putin following that engagement again if the invasion hasn't happened. So is he actually going to fly out there, or is this just going to be another one of these stupid fucking Zoom calls? Sure seems like it. But just also is kind of just another one of those cell phones, because you sent Kamala over to Europe to talk with people about how to stop the escalations there. So she's over there and once again couldn't get the fucking job done. But then again, it is a day that ends in Y. So as of right now, there's a peacekeeping mission going on, and that's noteworthy for the fact that it's an invasion, even though it was spoken about between Putin and Zelensky and all the necessary partners. Fuck off. Putin orders peacekeeping forces into 2 pro-Russian regions in eastern Ukraine. So, if they're pro-Russian, they want to be a part of Russia. Are they a part of Russia, or are they a part of Ukraine? Okay, is Russia entitled to be there, or are you just fear-mongering again? A lot of questions. After Biden hit them with sanctions, oh my god, Vlad says Ukraine is a U.S. colony with a puppet regime that could soon have weapons of mass destruction. Did he say that? Or if he said it, is it taken out of context? Again, this is the fucking mainstream media, and this is Putin, okay? Barely anything that he says is properly contextualized. Putin ordered a peacekeeping mission in Ukraine's eastern breakaways of Donetsk and Luhansk, which I'm pretty sure were annexed a while ago. Or if not annexed, they seceded from Ukraine anyway, so they're just kind of little sovereign gimmicks kicking around, kind of little vassal states of the Ukraine, but can join up with whoever they want with, but whatever. Putin decrees declaring the so-called DPR and LPR as sovereign states, also included so-called peacekeeping missions, the first real step towards a full-scale invasion of Ukraine by Russia, going into places that are self-described not affiliated with Ukraine, okay? That'd be like me saying that I'm going to war with my neighbor because I'm going into the backyard. Doesn't really make sense, okay? I'm gonna annex the back easement, okay? The restrictions will prohibit new investment, trade, and financing in the 2 separatist regions of the Ukraine recognized by Putin. Does the world recognize them as such? Okay, so that's the important question that's not being written down. Jim Sciutto, a CNN national security. Oh, okay, cool. Somebody who works for CNN's giving you the lowdown on a situation. That's where I find a lot of this disconnect, okay? Because a lot of people are on both sides of the aisle. Putin, bad man. Where do you get your information from? A mainstream media? That's why you believe Putin, bad man. Oh, okay, cool. But then again, okay, on a different topic, you'd be laughed out of the room if you'd cite anything from CNN. But then again, you have this selective Alzheimer's when it comes to certain pieces of information, because Jim Sciutto is still an active contributor to CNN. I'm pretty sure he still has a show, even if he doesn't, okay? He's still a talking head on there multiple times over. But don't worry, I'm sure Uncle Joe will figure this out. I don't know, world heading back into war? It sure seems like it. Sure seems like it's being willed into reality by these little petty tyrants that just can't wait to seize more power wherever they can, okay? By making sure that they can maintain their states of emergency, meanwhile meddling in foreign affairs. It's happening in Canada, it's happening in the United States, and I guess you get what you fucking vote for, or your dead grandparents vote for. But with that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I should follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.